That January dump is real. Welcome everybody, I'm RJ of The Nerdy Brew, and here on this channel we talk TV, movies, and everything in between, all while drinking a cup of coffee. Now if you like one of those things or all of those things, why don't you consider like, subscribing, and hit that notification bell and becoming a fellow Brewster. So today's video, fellow Brewsters, we are reviewing The Little Things starring Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, Jared Leto, directed by John Lee Hancock. So the premise of this movie is that Denzel Washington plays John Deacon, who is a weathered, broken, veteran police officer who was once a detective. He gets pulled in to a case that's happened in LA in the mid 80s. Rami Malek is the head detective on the case of this slew of serial killings. And what Denzel Washington does have expertise of being a closer, but he does have various problems of not solving a particular case. So he has that guilt and weight. So he's very determined to finish the case that he has, that the current modern case is going on right now. And Rami Malek is this college educated, white collar, by the books, very intuitive about trying to solve crimes. And then they have their suspect, who is Jared Leto. And Jared Leto plays a sleaze who is a former offender, and they are pinning him as the suspect to the serial murders. And it starts off as it's a slow burn. I'm gonna just say this. Let me tell you about this movie. So that's very much the premise of the movie. So the movie is very much not one of the classics. It is not a classic of any Hitchcockian film. It is not Kiss the Girls. It's not Seven. It is not Bone Collector, Silence of the Lambs. It is not any of those movies. When it comes to directing, it was very bland. It did not have any good visuals. It didn't have good tension in the settings of the room, but there were certain things that were not brought to light further in the movie. So it doesn't know if it wants to be a cat and mouse or a character study, because the characters are not very complex. They all have their aspects of being fleshed out as characters, that I will say, but to make it engaging or dynamic, it lacked in that. So I'll just give you an example that you can have beautiful mac and cheese that the family has made, and you saw them cook it and it came out looking golden and cheesy, but then when you taste it, it was bland. So the thing about this movie is, just like in the 90s, that stars sold the movie and everyone gave adequate performances, which was very serviceable, but the storytelling was very dry, where they were actually more plot pieces to move the story along than actual lived-in characters. There is a twist at the end of the movie that is not anything spectacular. It is not a twist that is big enough to make your jaw drop. It was kind of very lackluster. And I will also say that the other things that happen in this movie, to not know what it is, I'm not going to say that the movie is uneven, because the movie is steady paced, but it doesn't have certain things to keep you invested, other than the facts of other than trying to solve the case. So I will say this: Denzel is gonna be Denzeling, and Jared Leto probably has the best performance throughout the whole movie. Rami Malek, he's fine, nothing to really tell, but they are both police officers of Denzel Washington and Rami Malek. They are both police officers that are trying their best to nail the case. There's one suspenseful moment that gets wrapped up really quickly, and overall the movie is definitely end of the month in January. So if we move on to February, maybe there's a better light of films that we'll be able to talk about and watch. But yeah, this movie came out yesterday or Friday, January 29th, and I cannot give this movie any praise. I'm not gonna say it wasted my time, but I will say that I wish I watched something better. For the grade of the movie, I give it a 4.9. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. We can bring more people to the community, and we can discuss about the things we love. And now I'm gonna bring this video to an end, and I want you to be you, do you, see the bigger picture. Have a fantastic day because you deserve it. This is that channel. Peace.